I was raised to always appreciate even the smallest of things. And with a home-cooked meal every night, it seemed we were living like kings. I always ate at the dinner table with my whole family and we'd talk about our day. Now, I can't even explain to you the confusion I experienced upon learning that this was not the ordinary way. In fact, this standard practice of making food the center of family life is not common. It's quite unique. According to researchers at Columbia University, only 59% of families eat together at least 5 times a week. Now, this boggled my mind because I felt that my family's dining experience is one you wouldn't want to miss. After all, the benefits of a home-cooked meal are conducive, curing, comfortable, and countless. You simply can't beat a situation where you get to spend time with your family while eating exactly what you want for less money. Now, there's some people that obviously love to go out to restaurants and eat at a restaurant, and that experience is okay too. However, I've always grown up cooking with my family at home, and everyone's always had a role to play. We've always had fun. We've always had a good time. And this family bonding aspect for me is one of the most important because you're never in a situation where you're in the kitchen cooking alone, and you really get to bond over this preparation of a whole meal and enjoy everybody's company. And I'm sure those of you that actually do cook at home can attest to this because you're cooking in the comfort of your own home, you get to relax, you're really just kind of soaking up all that family bonding time. And I think that's really important and one of the biggest aspects for me when it comes to cooking at home. So you can go and just cook to your heart's content. The next point that I have is going to be the economics. So if you don't like cooking at home because maybe perhaps you don't like cooking with your family, or you're a big Italian family and you guys just can't seem to get along, maybe the economic incentive will be something that will get you in the kitchen. Now, I've been working in restaurants for quite a few years, and usually the food cost associated with any restaurant dish is anywhere between 25 and 33% of the total food cost they end up putting on the menu, which means that you could be saving up to 75%, whatever the listed menu price is, just by getting your own ingredients, and cooking at home. Now, that may not seem like a lot, but 75% of $10 every single day, multiple times per day even for some families, every day of the year, would add up tremendously. I mean, those numbers could be huge depending on how often you eat at home and how often you like to eat out. Now, also through my extensive studies, I've found quite a few different health concerns associated with cooking at home. Now, the first one is when you cook at home, oftentimes people take better care of the food that they're making for themselves. They really look to see that the food is immaculate. They follow very careful sanitation guidelines and usually cook all the food to the proper temperatures. Also, when you're cooking at home, typically you get a chance to incorporate your vegetables, your starch, and have a really nice, well-rounded meal, which I think is a really important aspect of the family cooking experience and really contributes to the overall benefits. I mean, after all, you have no idea what oils are being used in a restaurant. You really can't control any sort of that. All the food's going into your actual meal. And I know a lot of people have dietary restrictions or allergies, which is really important to understand. Another important aspect on the sanitation is up to 25% of the population succumbs to a foodborne illness every year, according to food expert Dr. Douglas Powell at the University of Kansas. Now, this seems like a huge number, so if you could cook at home for yourself, making sure everything is cooked to the proper temperatures, then you can really make sure that you're eating the food you want. Additionally, many people think that there's not long-term benefits associated with cooking at home, but this is also simply not the case. In fact, there have been studies that show that cooking at home actually reduces teenage drug use, which I think is amazing and is another great benefit for cooking at home. I think the reason for this is because when you get a chance to cook at home and bond with the family, oftentimes I think this is associated with increased or decreased depression, increased general happiness, and I think that leads to less teens looking to use drugs. There's actually a study that says that families that eat together 5 or more times per week, the kids that live in those families are 18% less likely to use drugs than families that eat together on 2 or fewer evenings. Now, this statistic is according to the longitudinal survey for adolescent health, which obviously conducted this survey. And so I think that these are some of the most important reasons for looking at just the differences between why you'd want to cook at home and why you would want to cook, or go eat out at a restaurant. So with your health, your wallet, and your general satisfaction in mind, I implore you to get in the kitchen, cook a few meals with your family, and not only will you be putting the bank first, but you'll be avoiding putting harmful substances in your body or your child's body. And really, with just a little bit of time, the greater good in mind, you can sit back, make a meal with the family that you will absolutely love and enjoy, create an environment that is conducive for the whole family to have nice conversations, and, of course, a lifelong impact. It truly is the little things in life that make all the difference, and I hope that you'll get a chance to get in the kitchen and do a little cooking for yourself. Thank you.